Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're celebrating a very special birthday for my little baby nephew, Romeo. This year he requested a Spider-Man theme, and so that is what we did. I will be doing a tutorial on these 3D letters, but for now we're going to be working on their t-shirts. I'm always in charge of decor and also their birthday t-shirts, but since Romeo has an older brother, I didn't want him to be left out, and so I decided to make t-shirts for both of them. And so we can see here the finished product. We have little Romeo with his birthday t-shirt and a big number 3. And also Matthias with his t-shirt that says brother of the birthday boy. And so if you guys are ready to see how I made these, please keep watching and let's get started. Starting in Google, I'm just going to be looking for some inspo. And so I type up birthday t-shirt and go into images. I usually also use Pinterest, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to see how I want to make these and what I want to add. Now that we have a plan, I'm just going to type in Spider-Man clip art, and this is where I'm going to find all the images for my project. I do like to find a few and then just save them over to my computer along with like other little details such as spider and maybe some logos. Here we are back into Cricut Design Space, and as you can see I have uploaded some of my images, but I'm just going to show you guys how to do it real quick. And so all I did was go to uploads, click on my file, and then here we can see that the background for this is already removed. So all we have to do is just save it as a cut image. And so we'll just be repeating the same steps, but there is times where you get images like this. So when we go to preview, you can see it's just a big black box. Don't worry, all this means is that you have to remove the background, so I like to increase the tolerance, and then we can see here, after clicking on the white, it removes. And so now we can just save it as a print and cut image. Now that I have all my images uploaded, I'm just going to click on them and add to canvas. Now that our images are on our canvas, I'm just going to put them over to the side because I like to know what I have available and what I'm working with. Here I'm typing up Romeo's name. I'm also going to be adding a number 3. And now it's just time to go over to the fonts and then just pick whatever we want. This is what I picked for now, but of course we can change it later. Now I want to add this spider web that I think I had, so I'm just going to add it to my canvas. And so this is where the design aspects start. This is where we're going to add and delete and just do whatever we want until we get something we like. And just have fun with this. Make sure to play with the sizing, the shapes. You'll start to eventually create something amazing. Here I changed the font for the number 3 and then I changed the color to red. To add dimension, I also added an offset, very small, just a little outline in the background, and make sure to flatten this. And after playing with the colors a little bit, I also did add an offset to the names. You can add as many as you want. This just gives a lot of dimension, and I feel it just makes the t-shirts look a lot better. If you want, you can also go into thefont.com, and here I typed in Spider-Man font, and this is where we got the Amazing Spider-Man font available for you to download for free for personal use. I ended up using that file only to create this little logo here, but of course you can use it for the actual font. And this was looking really good, but I felt like the 3 just had a lot of just solid red. And so I wanted to add more of a dimension, and here I found a cool background maybe I could use. And so I isolated my number 3, and here I am uploading my background image. Make sure to save this as a print and cut image and add to your canvas. Now when we put it over the number 3, we're going to get that cool gradient, so we're just going to have to slice, and here we have all our slices. Delete what you don't need, but we can see here we are left with that 3 and the cool gradients. I do have to add the offset again, but make sure to always flatten. So I think I'm done with my first t-shirt, and to finish it off, I'm selecting everything and adding a very thin offset to the whole project. Adding an offset helps my whole project stay together and also helps when cutting very thin detail like the spider webs. change the color to white. And now before you do anything, select everything and flatten it into one image. On the right, we can see that there's an error because our image is too big, and it does tell you exactly how big you can make it. So that is what I go with. I just make it as big as possible, which in this case is about 7 inches. Now that we're done with our first t-shirt, here I'm just going to be adding more text and working on my second t-shirt. This is the Spider-Man font and what it looks like. Make sure to use capital letters to get that bold, filled in look. And I'm just going to be using the images that I didn't use for my nephew Romeo to just kind of play around and see what I like and want to make for Matias. I am just speeding through this process because it is basically the same thing as I did for the first one, just a different design, but you can see here how easy it was to make a second t-shirt. And again, this design is about 7 inches, and once they're both flattened, we can move on to make it. Here we have both of our pages and we are good to go, so click continue, and this is where I sent to my printer. I removed the bleed and used the Tshirt and dialogues to guess the best image. So in my print quality, I just changed it to best. And also make sure that you are repeating the same steps to the second page. And so I'll be cutting these under the iron-on vinyl setting. Here we have our image printing, and I don't use any special printer. This is just a color HP inkjet printer, and this has worked great for all of my projects. When it's time to cut, the Cricut does start off by scanning, and this is where I turn off all the lights to make sure that the lines are very visible. Once it changes to detecting, it can begin cutting, and this is where we can turn on all our lights and then just watch the magic happen. I didn't have to mirror this image because I am using printable dark transfers, meaning that you can just peel them off and stick them right on top. They were all I had on hand, but I do actually prefer these better. I don't think I'd be buying any more light transfers. These dark transfers seem to give you a much brighter look, and then I feel like they're a lot more easier to work with, rather than having to mirror everything, place the sheet flat down, and then I've had a lot of trouble trying to peel it back up. Here we have our design, and now we are ready to press. My heat press is at 370 degrees, and I will be putting these under 13 seconds. These are the t-shirts I used. They are from Walmart, and they're only $3.98, so they are great for these kinds of projects. I like to fold the t-shirt in half and just give a light press just to know where the middle is. And so once we open it up, we can see here the clear line. Now I'm just going to be placing over my design. Make sure that you cover this with parchment paper as well. And now we press for 13 seconds. And just like that, we have our first t-shirt ready. Make sure that you're careful when peeling this because it is still very hot and there might be some steam, but we can see here our image is nice and flat now. Again, since we're doing 2 t-shirts, we're just going to be repeating the same steps, and so I'm just going to let you guys watch since this is very repetitive. And let's just take a second to appreciate these colors. This is why I only use the dark transfers even on light t-shirts. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and also head over to my Instagram and my TikTok for a lot more pictures and videos of my work, and thank you so much for watching.